Good morning YouTube, welcome to the first video that I'm going to be uploading onto my YouTube channel. Today it's a very damp and wet January morning and we are down at a friend of mine's yard and we're going to be basically cleaning a couple of trucks for him. So it's just to help him out coming to New Year. We've got quite a few trucks dotted around. So long story short for you guys, I do a bit of car detailing on the side of my regular day job. I don't usually do sort of grounds vehicles or trucks, but the guy who owns these trucks is a very good friend of mine. This is used as a groundswork vehicle, spends 90% of its time in sort of muddy fields up and down the country. Looking inside sort of gives you an idea of the sort of conditions that this van goes through daily. So safe to say we will not be doing the interior on any of these today. It is just a standard exterior wash, getting mainly the suspension components in the wheel arches and any of the metal frame work underneath, as these tend to rust quite a bit. And I believe this one in fact, I'm pretty sure that rear subsection is pretty much brand new. So yeah, they do tend to rust quite a bit. Yeah, I'm sure I'll get to one at some point today where I can show you. But yeah, off subject there. We are going to be just doing the exterior of these today. This is very quickly, I thought I'd quickly talk you through what products I'll be using today. Usually I would predominantly stick to purely Auto-Bright Direct products. However, for the cases of the trucks here today, we don't really need to be using stuff like Auto-Bright Direct because it's just going to be a very basic clean on the outside. So start with equipment. We've got a Karcher K2 here. Massive fan of the Karchers, been using them for years, and of course this is the one with the adjustable lance head, which I find quite useful, especially when you're doing these sort of trucks, because you can get to quite flaky, rusty parts of the bodywork, and it can help just to turn the strength of that down so you don't take any paint off. Buckets, I do still use a 2-bucket method. Yes, they're not Maguire's buckets, and no, they have no grit guards in there, but again, purely for the trucks today, they'll be absolutely fine. Just a standard cheap and cheerful sponge there that we're gonna have to throw away after today anyway, because they get completely ruined. And we have just got a little Haribo tub there, again for the wheels. That's just from Christmas. Bottle of elbow grease. For you, these of you that know, this is pretty much the same as G101, just rebranded as elbow grease. And again, just for doing the trucks, that's just gonna help us with them hard to hit areas. Got a range of microfibers here. We also have a Auto-Bright Direct detailing sample kit, so huge shout out to Auto-Bright Direct for that. We've got a couple of products here. We've got glue and tar remover. They can be quite beneficial on the trucks. We've got the purple velvet high suds shampoo, there we go. We've got the citrus pearl as well. We've got some interior cleaner, pre-wash, and we've just got some on its arse alkaline wheel cleaner. Again, something not too expensive that we can use on these trucks. And we do have a range of auto glue products, so we've got a bit more shampoo there, tire shine, bumper and trim, and we've got some fast glass. The polish, we're not going to be using that today. We also have just a nice cheap and cheerful spray wax there to apply to the outside of the vehicle when we come to drying it. So that is the range of products that we're going to be using today. Like I said, nothing amazing, we're not going above and beyond, but again, for what we're doing, it's sufficient. So we're going to get set up now, set the jet wash up, and we're going to pull the first van into the wash bay and get cracking. So all I did here was hit the tyre and the steel rim with a diluted solution of alkaline wheel cleaner. Seemed to do the job pretty well, just to apply in a trigger bottle and then give it a blast with the jet wash to try and remove some surface dirt. After hitting the wheel and the tyre, I then give the wheel arches a once over to try and remove as much loose dirt as I could, because these vans do get packed quite bad. Just look at the state of what's come out that wheel arch. So I'll give that another hit, I think.
So again, I hit the tyres with the alkaline wheel cleaner, pulled out a alloy brush which seemed to work quite well on the tyres. I then swapped to a smaller sort of circular bristle brush just to try and get into as much tread pattern as I can. That's mainly because, again, these tyres hold so much dirt so that when you do come to tyre shine it, it's just a pain. So here you can see me hitting the van with a mix of some citric pre-wash and some traffic film remover. That's just to help budge some of that road grime that's been sitting on the paint for, well, as long as it's been dirty, really. I haven't come into these vehicles for a couple of months now, so yeah, whatever I can use just to get that top layer off and help with the contact wash. So as you can see, I started from the top of the vehicle, working my way down. Even though I'm washing my trucks, like I said, I'm still doing the 2 bucket method. So do about half the panel across, then go over to the rinse bucket, rinse off that sponge, back into the wash bucket, and carry on working my way down the vehicle to obviously where it will be the dirtiest, which is right towards the plastic trim. So after a couple of passes with the wash mitt, I'll grab a jet wash to rinse it off and just try and make sure I'm budging as much of the grime and road dirt that we've managed to loosen up from using the wash mitt.
So the first pass on the other side has been done. Just for a quick comparison shot for you, this is the before. As you can see, absolutely caked in mud, absolutely filthy. Same with the front. And we come around to the first pass, hasn't brought up too bad, to be fair. Like I said, it is a bit rough. There's a couple of marks all over it, a bit of paint chipping away where it's caught fences, barbed wire, stuff like that. A few broken bits of plastic. So like I said, we're never going to get it perfect, but the first pass, that's not too bad. Like I said, I don't spend too long on them either because the lads are back to work tomorrow. So chances are tomorrow morning this is going to be back in muddy field, absolutely covered in mud again.
So again, I've just hit the front of the van with a mix of traffic film remover and citric pre-wash. I did put a little bit more chemical in there just to make it a little bit tougher. With it being the front of the van, it is naturally going to be a bit grimier, a bit dirtier, and just have generally a lot more road dirt on the front of it. Obviously, once I've put that on, I've just given it a blast of a jet wash, and just to give it a pre-wash, and again, that is to take off the majority of as much of a loose dirt as we can before we go at it with the wash mitt. For 2 reasons. One, obviously, it's just so you're not got any abrasives on there when you come to a contact wash, but B, it's more for the sake of my clean wash water. And as you could have just seen there, the pre-wash has definitely helped in taking a huge chunk of that initial dirt off the front of it there. Therefore, it won't be ending up in my wash water to just turn brown, which on these sort of vehicles it usually does.
So first pass on the front of the Iveco, and already you can see what one wash does to it. There are a couple of bits on the front that I am going to have to hit with something a bit more abrasive, a bit more aggressive. I wouldn't usually use a bristle brush on body panels, but again, with it being a groundswork vehicle, it's not going to hurt it, to be fair. So we're just going to give it a little scrub now. I've let it soak first with it's a mix of TFR. I've got pre-wash in there and just a little bit of the elbow grease as well to try and budge most of these marks. And as you'll be able to see, these are going to come off relatively easy, to be fair. So you just need to give it one pass with this brush, just get all the product agitated into the paint, and then we should have a bit of a cleaner front panel on it. Don't do this for the whole vehicle, just in parts where I feel like it needs a hit. So yeah, just give it a quick once over with a brush. Again guys, I would not usually do this on a normal vehicle, but I think the occasion sort of allows for it. So the front and the one side have been done, and already you can see what a massive difference it's made just doing a simple sort of wash and rinse on the front of this. There's no point me recording the other side of it because I'm just going to show you what I've already done on one side. Plus I do want to try and keep some of the battery on the camera for when I do a few of the other trucks. So yeah, this is what we have for the other side, and we're going to basically hit it again exactly the same way we've just done the other side. So guys, I was just walking around trying to find something to use as kind of a tripod for the phone after watching the last clip back of washing the front, and I realised it fell over. So yeah, but I've got a spare extension lead here, and coincidentally this fits sort of the slot for this pretty bang on. So we're going to try and see how we get on having the phone in here and see how we got on using this as a tripod. It might be a little high, but we'll see how we get on.
Now, I know I did say that I wouldn't be doing the other side because you'd already seen me do the one side, but I figured everything's set up, may as well do it. And for anything, a little bit more content or just to fill the video, just in case when I come to editing it and putting it together, it was a little bit too short. I thought I could use it for a bit of filling. Now I've come to realise that I had no worries about the video being too short at all. I have tried to speed up and cut out as much as I can in this video, and yeah, it has still ended up being quite long, so apologies for that.
So guys, this is basically what has fell out the top of the wheel arch. Now whenever I come and do these trucks, yeah, the wheel arches, they just get absolutely, so if I just show you in this little corner here, it's quite compacted, but yeah, we get huge build-ups of mud, which will just sit in there, and over slowly time will just start to rust away any metal sitting in there. So yeah, we're going to try and blast out as much of this from all the recesses and crevices as we can, and then when we've done the wheel arches, we'll hit the tyre, we'll do the rim, and then we'll carry on with the other side of the truck.
So copy and paste, just like the other side. Start with the wheel arches, try and get rid of as much dirt as we can on a pre-wash, then onto the tyres, onto the steel rim. So guys, as I was saying, apologies for the length of this video. Like I said, it is the first one, so it just gives me a better gauge now of when I come to shoot my next one, just how long to record for, and sort of how much video footage I do actually need to make a video. I was hoping that there'd be an average of anywhere between 20 to 30 minutes, but as we move on, we will get this timing down a little bit better. Also, as I mentioned, I have wanted to start a YouTube for quite some time now. The only thing I can say is at the time just never really felt right to do it. And the biggest problem was just figuring out what the first video to do for my channel. I thought, do I go big? Do I do something, you know, crazy? And I just sort of put it off more and more and more. When it actually came to start, well, trying to record a video and basically thinking what I can do. I have tried previously in the past, which obviously them attempts haven't worked out. But like I said, it just didn't feel at the right time, which is why I decided to do this video now, because as I said earlier on, I feel once you start and you got the first video up, you can just carry on from that momentum and improve. So while it may not have the prettiest cinematics or fancy transitions or anything like that, it does mark the start of a journey, and a journey that I'm hoping that not only I, but you watching can come on with me. Now, don't panic, this channel isn't going to be about me just cleaning a couple of work vehicles. This is going to be a channel that is going to be heavily related quite a lot around car content. So I do actually own a car which I was hoping to do a couple of videos for on the channel. I did originally want to use my car for the first video, but like I said, this just seemed like the easiest way to just get the first video filmed and shot and uploaded without putting too much pressure on it or worrying too much about any of that. So it's just giving me a chance to, like I say, get the first video up and mainly have a little play around with editing my first video. It wasn't until I sat down and put all the clips together and I realised sort of how much I had to go through and clips to trim, with transitions, fading music in and out where I wanted the music to start and stop, my voiceovers, bringing the backing music down, all of that sort of stuff. So yeah, I do like to feel that with every video I will improve and they will get better with quality. But all I can do, guys, is ask that you stick by me, and if you are enjoying the video so far for an up and coming YouTuber, or certainly someone who's hoping to start doing this a lot more frequently, I would really appreciate it if you could drop me a like button and just show the support for somebody who is having a crack at something that they've really wanted to do for quite a long time.
This is the front of the truck all done. We've still got to do the bed and the underneath, but how much better is that looking? Just goes to show, quick blast off with a jet wash using the right sort of chemicals, you can get a good clean on pretty much anything. So that's the front done. I'm now gonna go around. I'm gonna do all the underneath, all the back, all of the metal of the flatbed and the suspension. So I'm gonna bring everything around now, come to the back, start from this side and work my way backwards, stopping for the wheels and the suspension components, coming around to the back, doing this quite important rear bar, which, as I said earlier, that does tend to rust quite a lot, especially in these parts here. But yeah, it does sound extremely thin, which will probably explain that. Come round again, tyre suspension. We get to this point, we know that we've finished, and that'll be one down, and then we just have another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't think that's on the road at the minute. 6. So yeah, this and 6 more. We'll get through what we can today.
So like I said, guys, I want this channel to be heavily car content related. So some car detailing, DIY modifications, potentially some driveway repairs. I'm hoping to get it wrapped some stage in the year, so that'll be pretty good to do a video on. Exhaust system video, lowering springs, alloys, that sort of stuff. So anything that you guys would like to see, or any ideas for car related content you would like, drop it in the comment section down below, and that could help me gauge my next video. So here you can see me giving the mudguard a scrub with the bristle brush, trying to get as much dirt as I can out. Again, I'm hitting the tyre and the steel rim exactly the same way as I have been, with that mix of chemicals in the trigger bottle, and then turn into that bristle brush just to try and get as much dirt of the out of the tread pattern lettering as I can, so that when we come to rinse it off with the jet wash, we can just get as much of it out as we can. That alloy brush, I must say, did help quite a lot, just to really agitate some of the grime that had been sitting in there and just building up between the wheel bolts and stuff like that. Then just a quick rinse off and you can see the difference.
Just before I do start on this side of the flatbed, the underneath the flatbed, look at the state of this, guys. There is so much mud which is just compact into pretty much everywhere it can get. Like any crevice or any open area is just compact. Yeah, it's just absolutely packed with mud. So I think this side's going to be quite a satisfying side to clean, to be honest, because all of this is just going to fall out everywhere. So we're going to hit this with jet wash.
Baby, read the fine print. I've got baggage and it's all Gucci. Don't get too attached to me. Everybody act like the answer. One love like in the movies. Wasting precious time assuming. Oh, what we made.
Right, guys, so I don't know why, but this side is definitely a lot worse than the left side. Whether it's got something to do with the traction in that wheel, spinning up more, I don't know, but there is so much mud coming out of this wheel light. Ideally, I'd like to put the camera sort of underneath the wheel light, you can see this side shot, but with it being such a new iPhone, I don't really want to risk the water damage to it. But yeah, there's a lot of mud falling at the bottom of this one, so very satisfying side to do. To give you an idea of what has fell out of this wheel arch and underneath the bottom of this flatbed, you've got all this here, and yeah, quite a lot fell out this side either. Sorry, this side as well rather. I'm not sure if you caught it on video, but there were quite a few big chunks of the mud which was blowing out, which fell into the puddle. And at one point the water dripping from the bottom of the truck was a dark brown. So much cleaner under here now. I'm just going to give it a quick once over with a wash mitt, and yeah, blast it off, and that side at the back should be good to go. Well there guys, so there you have it. There is one truck down and done. All we need to do now is park it in an area where there's some sunlight, let this dry off, and then quickly go over the plastics with some trim shine, and of course tire shine the tires. So compared to what we had when we began, I don't think this has come up too bad for just a standard sort of wash and rinse. What's come up quite nice, we will get all the plastics shined up as well as the tires, and that should make quite a difference to it, to be honest. The conditions for the ground aren't the best when I do come here, because I mean in some areas it's quite deep, but still doesn't stop me getting around the van relatively quick. Having this bit here so close to the power outlet and the water supply, it does help for getting around the van in one go, which I am quite grateful of. I'm not sure if the lance cables on the K2s are a bit longer than the K2 compacts. That's what I had last time, and I did used to struggle to get on the other side, so I don't know if it's that or what. Well guys, so that's one down. So yeah, that is the first truck down now. I'm gonna reverse it back, get it parked, and grab another truck, probably this one here. It's the most accessible. As you can see, we've got quite a bit of sun over here, but as you get to, yeah, there's pretty in the shade, to be fair. So we're probably gonna pull this one out, swap this over, get cracking on that one. Right, the van is now dry, so just to finish this off, we are gonna tidy it up with a bit of trim shine, and as you can see, the difference is day and night. So just to finish it off, just going to trim shine all the plastic on the van, and that will really make the difference on the finished. I don't even know what I'm trying to say here, to be honest. I'm trying to multitask and it's not going very well, but yeah, this is going to sort of give it that finishing touch when we stand back and look at it, because even though I've given it a once over, I think the plastics hold a lot of dirt. And it's very hard to sort of get a good result out of the van without trim shining. So just so you can see. So yeah guys, 1 truck of 6 down. I probably won't record myself cleaning the other 5. If you've seen one, you've seen them all. Trying to save a little bit of battery on the phone as well, because I'm here for the whole day pretty much. So yeah, we'll get that moved over now. We'll get the next one in, replace all the water in the buckets, get fresh water in, probably make a coffee and go again. Get through as many as I can while I'm here today. I will be returning to the yard. I do come quite frequently, so what I don't manage to get done today, I can come back and finish off another day. So that's all good. Now guys, I know it hasn't been wrapping a Lamborghini or fitting air ride to a Nissan GTR, but YouTube's something I want to start for quite a long time now. And I think it's just uploading that initial video, ripping the band-aid off and getting it done. It may not have been the most exciting thing to watch, and the commentary may not have been the most engaging or the best flowing, but guys, we've all got to start off somewhere. Like I said, something I wanted to do for a while, and I think just getting the first one out is the hardest part, and you can just keep building on the back of that. So any comments that you guys can offer me in the comment section down below, please do comment. I'll do my best to get back to as many of you as possible. Regardless of the content, I hope you have enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. Please drop me a like, especially early on for the first video. It'll really help with morale, boost more than anything else. If you could drop a subscribe, again, that would be amazing as well. So yeah guys, thank you again for watching. I hope you've made it to the end of the video. I hope I haven't rambled or went off track a little too much. So yeah, I guess I'll see you in the next video.